Faith makes it possible. I need to say this first. Please label everything I say, every way I tell my story, and every piece of information I lay out in front of you with the name of God. My life is a favor. Bishop Jake once told me that when you receive favor in your life, you will always rise to the top, no matter what you face. I have been tossed into a ton, but since of favor and elegance, I simply continue to show up in some way, regardless of what they do, thus all of this that I have is truly a result of the beauty of God. I have something to tell you now, you must have a huge, hard-working attitude to find success here. To put it another way, and you can relate to this, you need to be a lot like a dog. Man, you really do if you want to be successful, because there will be a lot of difficult times ahead. So you must have a huge, hard-working attitude, yet you must also have confidence. Confidence without work is dead. It was once stated by Albert Einstein that imagination is everything. It's a glimpse of life's coming attractions. Someone created it in this world. You have a great imagination. Somebody was perched on the telephone one day, chatting with a rope tied to the wall, and said, "Man, I wish I could simply go outside with this telephone." Everyone in this room owns a cell phone. Someone envisioned that someone became weary of riding in a cart across the country from servitude to opportunity. Someone said, "I wish we had something that made these wheels move without anyone else." "I wish we could fly," someone said. We have aircraft. Everything is imagined. It's a taste of what's to come in life. The only thing God really gives you in real life is your imagination. If you've been living that way, you've restricted yourself to a commonality that is not really yours because what God really has for you is really in your imagination. It's not in your current situation or your current paycheck. Because faith is the substance of what is hoped for and the evidence of what is not seen, as I mentioned earlier, you need to have a strong work ethic in addition to a lot of faith. I talk to a lot of people who, like some of us, get older and lose faith. Faith is incredibly straightforward. It's that confidence is the substance of things expected. All that means is that at first, all you can do is hope something happens. You just kind of hope that something good will happen to you, you know. I was trusting that I would get on television. When I was 10, I wrote it down on a piece of paper. I couldn't talk outside of my house because of my severe stuttering, so when I wrote on paper that I wanted to be on television and turned it in, it wasn't accurate. I simply hoped. You only need to start with hope. The things you hope for are the foundation of your faith. Joe, you just hope for the best. After that, He granted you a few of the things you hoped for through grace and favor. After that, you are supposed to start believing because now it becomes faith. However, according to the Bible, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. What is the proof of things that cannot be seen? I just told you about it. Albert Einstein said the creative mind is everything. It's a taste of what's to come in life. However, guess what your actual imagination is? Because your imagination is actually God showing you a preview of a future attraction that He has for you. If you don't believe in your imagination, it's the evidence of things you haven't seen. You canceled out what He gave you. The foreshadowing of the upcoming attraction in life is in your imagination. It is the proof of things not seen on the grounds that no one can see them with you. Your concern is that you are revealing your creative mind to some unacceptable individuals. Tell a person with a small mind about a big dream if you want to put an end to it. It has died. Man, how many times have you had a fantastic idea that you thought was the one, but you didn't tell your loved ones or your so-called friends about it, and they rejected it? I mean, you were convinced that it was just, "Oh man, I just came to you and you told me," and they rejected it. You thought you believed them because they were your friends and loved ones and cared about your best interests. You were mistaken. You were taught to listen to what they had to say and accept what God gave you. Some of you are still here with the goal of starting a business one day, but you are afraid to start it because you have a job and bills to pay. Bills came for the rich. Bills were issued to all. I even received bills. You move everyone, oh, someone, something, the bank has some right now. You're going to squash that because you've got bills because you won't let the fact that you have some bills stop you from opening the business that God didn't put in your head. Everyone had bills. Music, your actual life is only in your head. Can you take in what I'm saying? I have no idea what you were expecting me to say to you. I'm just a genuine man. Even my education is inferior to that of you all. I failed out. I'm 60, but I still rely on my imagination. If you think you're too old to make it, let me give you a prime example. Colonel Sanders has been frying chicken his entire life. He was telling everyone he had the best chicken in the world, but they turned him down everywhere. I'm out of school wrong, I ain't got no education, and I don't use full syllable words. What I'm sharing with you is stuff that everyone can apply today. When he was in his 60s, Colonel Sanders didn't get a franchise. Kentucky Seared Chicken sells more chicken than anyone else in this present reality. Because you have a little gray on you, you are sitting here thinking that it is too late. However long God gets you up toward the beginning of the day, that is an indication that He ain't through with you. Therefore, what you're trying to avoid is sitting here pretending that God cannot help you because, man, you know what I'm asking God for right now, and I'm 60. I already have enough, so if you could see my vision board, you would be blown away. Although I am aware, I am not in the needy business. I'm not in the right industry. There is nothing wrong with wanting something, but going to these churches and being kept in these small boxes shows that God has a big life for you. My life was changed by the smallest scripture I ever read. Do you know the potential impact that could have on your life because you are asking now? I'm just talking to you now. I'm just trying to explain how I obtained you. See, I don't have a degree. You asked about it, so you must not have. When did you last ask Him for something? Or do you keep asking for things that aren't covered by your paycheck when you're going to get more money? Didn't I simply let you know God wasn't in your check? Your imagination is what the lifeguard gave you. Why do you keep making things up? For what reason do you continue to dream of a mid-year home? Why do you continue to fantasize about retiring? Why do you keep fantasizing about leaving money to your grandchildren when they are that young? Why do I consider my grandchildren to have 7 programs? I just need one. I earned enough money from one show. I simply need one. I don't live my life according to what other people tell me. I gave up on my imagination. Life's upcoming attraction can be seen in my imagination. That really means that God is showing you a preview of what He has in store for you. Now, if you have not caused your ass, He has to up His guilt if you have not caused your ass. Music, this isn't a magic trick, man. I get tired of rich people talking to people and making them buy programs and stuff so they can drag you out for 8 years. The program is available to you. I have asked God for some colossal stuff. All that He hasn't given me is coming. There is no doubt in my mind. When I was homeless, why would He not? I lived for 3 years in a car. In my life, I've made some decisions. I hurled myself off a bluff. On a girl's dare, I entered a comedy club for the first time. I had never heard of a satire club, yet for my entire life, I needed to be on television. On October 8th, I strolled into Comicalness Satire Club in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. It's just beyond Africa. I only wanted to see what the comedians did, so I signed up for the following week. I needed to be a live, professional comic. They had 10 demonstrations expected to go up. The 10th man became frightened after 9 of them went up. I had signed up for the following week when the guy said, "Listen, we lost our 10th act. We're going to go to the phones. We're going to go to the week from next week. If Steve Harvey's here, come on up now." I ran up on stage and didn't know what to do. I just started talking about boxing and things that had happened to me. They brought all 10 of us back up on stage and had a clap-off. I wanted to clap. She asked, "This is what I do," and I replied, "You don't understand, something happened to me." I wanted amateur night. I went to work the next day, October 9, 1985, and quit my job. Now, I don't recommend that you do it that way because 2 years later, I was homeless because the first year of comedy, I made $3,400.